Hello, everyone. My name is Marcella Silva. I am a certified land banking specialist, aka the Land Baroness. And I'm going to share my journey today about having a solid financial foundation that I personally found for myself. Basically, stability and abundance with a peaceful, easy, and real investment. So General Douglas MacArthur describes what I do best when he says, all a man, and I'm going to add, or a woman, has to do to get rich in America is find out where people are going, get there first, buy land while it's affordable, and then wait. It's really that simple. Creating wealth for yourself is easy if you have the vision for it, and if you don't let fear hold you back from the possibilities that can literally be found right under your feet. We all walk on it every day, and that is land. Dirt. Dirt is gold if you know how to buy it correctly. If you think about it, land is used for everything. It is a fundamental asset, fundamental resource that can never be replaced. It's finite. They're not making any more of it. It will never go out of style. It's always needed. It's needed by everybody and everything, even during pandemics and economic downturns. Simply put, today's dirt is tomorrow's gold. So I'm going to tell you my story of how I found land banking. So I'm going to rewind a little bit. Back in 2007, I vividly remember sitting at my kitchen table, looking at my 401k statement, thinking to myself, the only way this goes up is when I put money into it. Now, I had an opportunity at that time. I was working for Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. I was a software engineer. And the lab I was working for, they went through a major transition. As a result of that transition, they completely changed all of their benefits, including the retirement. So I had to decide, do I take the old 401k system and roll it into the new 401k program, or do I do something else with it? And like I said, I'm looking at this statement, very unhappy with what it was doing for me. I knew I was never going to be able to retire at that rate. I had to do something different. What was that different thing? I decided I wanted something real, not just this 401k invested in stuff I don't even understand that could literally poof, disappear at any moment. One wrong news headline comes out and there goes my money. I just didn't have safety or security around that. So I wanted a real asset that not only I could see and touch, but I knew would actually go up in value. What was that for me? What did I automatically think of? Like most people, real estate. Real estate has created wealth for people throughout history. But the question was, how was I going to get started in that? So I actually got my real estate license just for my own education because I'm a nerd like that. Started going to seminars, reading books about investing in real estate. And along the way, I decided I really didn't want to become a landlord. Dealing with tenants, toilets, termites, troubles, taxes, just wasn't for me. I didn't have the time, resources, or patience for that. And I'm not saying that those are bad or that that's wrong. It just wasn't for me. And with 2008 around the corner, when I was thinking about this in 2007, luckily I didn't go that route either. So I kept looking, fix and flip type stuff. That's more of a business than it is an investment. But I didn't give up. One day I went to a seminar and I happened to sit next to a lady who started telling me about something called land banking. I was like, land banking? What is that? I'd never heard of that before. They never talk about land at these seminars. Well, that's because land is a very difficult investment to invest in. You have to do it correctly. If you buy it wrong, it will always be wrong. And you can't look at land through the lens of traditional real estate. If you start with a false premise, you end with a false conclusion. And when money's involved, you don't want that hassle and headache. So I'm sitting next to this lady. She starts telling me about land banking. I'm very curious, especially since I grew up watching my parents invest in land. all throughout northern New Mexico. And actually, they did very well with their land investments, helped put me through college. And my parents are retired now because of the land that they had the foresight and vision to buy. So I go and watch a presentation all about land banking, and I just had this instant gut feeling. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I just like lit up from within. I finally found the investment that I'd been searching for, an easy, peaceful investment that's real and actually goes up in value over time. Not only that, it's created wealth for people throughout history. If you think about it, the wealthiest people on earth are major landowners. Land is so important that wars are fought over land. Not many investments can say that. And I've looked at many different types of investments, even tried to do stock trading, all of that. Nothing can compare to the safety that land has. It's a conservative investment when you do it correctly, and it truly can create wealth. So I bought my first property in March of 2008, right before the economy tanked. So thank goodness, divine timing. I pulled my money out of the stock market before I lost it all. And within the first year of me buying my property, the value of it more than doubled. I bought the land for about $1.20 per square foot. The land was already well over $3 per square foot within the first year of me buying my property. Again, this is during a downturn. So like I said before, land is very different than traditional real estate. So I fell in love with my investment, so much so that after meeting the owners of the company, I decided to retire from my software engineering job, which I could have stayed at for another 40 years, had great retirement. But I'm so passionate about land banking that I knew I had to let other people know about this phenomenal opportunity that is available and literally right under our feet. So I'm going to show you a quick example of what land banking is, because most people probably have never heard that term. Land banking, by definition, is the practice of buying affordable pre-developed land located in the path of growth. That picture that you see there on the screen, that's actually the Silicon Valley of the San Francisco Bay Area. The San Francisco Bay Area is a perfect example of a missed land banking opportunity. Or for those of you in the audience, just think of an area where you grew up, what it used to look like and what it looks like today. Imagine maybe one of your favorite hangout spots, commercial area. It used to just be dirt. You could have bought that land maybe for $500 per square foot, and now it's worth $1 million, $2 million, $7 million per acre. $500 per acre to $7 million per acre. That's what land can do without you having to do anything. You don't have to develop it. You just have to have the foresight and the vision to buy it ahead of time, because as less and less land is available, over time, the value of it continues to go up. It's a very powerful investment. So here's an example of Milpitas, California. This is a backdated Google Earth image. Pre-developed means existing developments, existing infrastructure, but still a lot of land available to be developed. That's when you want to buy it. In this particular picture, 1,000 to 50,000 per acre, depending on the zoning and location of the property. Click the button. 7 years later, you can see the amount of development that's come in. A whole bunch of new infrastructure has come into the area. Less land is available, pushing that value up $500,000 to $1 million per acre. And 9 years after that, $2 to $7 million per acre. And guess what? They're not making any more land. As there's less and less land available, the value just continues to rise. So that's an example of what land banking is. You simply just have to buy the land while it's affordable and then wait, like General Douglas MacArthur had mentioned. So, unlike people, unfortunately, land is not created equally. It can be very, very risky if you don't know what you're doing. Buying land correctly is about location, location, location. However, even more important than location is knowing what not to buy. And that's where years of experience and knowledge of economics and what causes growth and how cities plan for growth and many, many other factors come into play when investing in land correctly. And I'm very fortunate to work with a company that's been doing this for over 40 years. They are experts in land banking. They know how to do the research to find high growth areas and then to find quality developable land. That's where most people fail when trying to do it on their own. They buy land based off of maybe what it looks like or price. You could set yourself up for major failure that way. And I've heard all kinds of horror stories. That's why land has gotten a bad rap and is known as land speculation, because people don't know how to do it correctly. And for those of you who are interested in learning more about that, you can check out my website, dirtisgold.com. Sign up for one of my webinars to hear all about that due diligence that we do, which is the critical piece of investing in land correctly. Now, land is used for all different sorts of things. And right now, land is a critical resource in what is being called the largest global shift of wealth that we will likely ever see in our lifetimes. This shift is actually the result of climate change and sustainability here for our planet and for future generations. And personally, I just love this because I'm truly in integrity with my soul, knowing that I am part of sustainability of our beautiful earth. And I've invested my money in it, and I'm helping others do the same. So largely this global shift of wealth and climate change, sustainability, all of that, it largely boils down to one critical resource that we all use every single day beyond the land is energy. From the second we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we're all using energy. Turn on the lights, look at our cell phones, turn on the computer, make coffee, make breakfast, get in our car and drive. All of these things use energy. And that energy is no longer going to be coming from fossil fuels. It's going to be coming from alternative energy. And the critical resource in this shift of wealth is the dirt, the land that's needed. And right now, the largest land rush in history is occurring. Most people have no idea that it's happening. Most people have no idea that this shift has actually already started. You may see some news articles about, electric vehicles, General Motors. They're no longer going to make gas-powered cars by the year 2035. How do you think we're going to power all of this? It defeats the purpose if it's coming from fossil fuels. Well, governments across the globe have been putting in mandates, laws, back since 2005 that has started this global shift of wealth away from fossil fuels and towards alternative energy. It's happening, and there's no stopping it at this point. It's a phenomenal opportunity. So my question to you is, how would you feel if you had the basis of all wealth, which is land, as the solid foundation for your financial future and abundance? I'm here to help the average person create wealth through land. You don't have to be wealthy to do it. Most likely you have money sitting in an old 401k that could help you invest in this opportunity. So please reach out to me. You can find me at dirtisgold.com. Let me put that on the screen for you. If you've ever said, my 401k or IRA only goes up when I put money into it, or I'm sick of tenants, toilets, and termites, or I need to do a 1031 exchange, I wish I could find an easy investment, or I wish I could afford to invest in real estate, contact me. I'd be happy to help you. All right, everyone, spread the love, spread the joy. Thank you so much.